Alright guys, we reached the final in Madrid. It is exactly like I predicted, the 5th seed Jack Draper taking on the 14th seed Casper Ruud. Both of these semifinals went exactly like I predicted. Both of these players won their matches in straight sets, so they are both into the final without losing a single set. Ruud has won 10 sets in a row, and Draper has won 9 sets in a row because in his match against Berrettini, he only played one set before Berrettini retired. These two players have never faced each other before. Looking at Jack Draper, he did 19 winners and 19 unforced errors against Lorenzo Musetti, so pretty good performance from him. 67% first serves in, that is also pretty good. On the other hand, Ruud, against Cerundolo, he did 17 winners and 26 unforced errors, so he actually did 9 more unforced errors than winners. So that was not the best from Ruud, but he served 67% first serves in. That is pretty good. So this was a decent performance from Ruud. But Draper, this was closer to being a peak performance. It was not quite as peak as his previous two matches, but it was still not far off. Musetti was actually pretty good in that second set, but Draper was still clutch and was able to win it in a tiebreak. So Ruud, he did a solid match, but it was not peak, even though he has still not dropped a single set in this tournament. Despite that, I don't believe he is peaking in this tournament. I don't think that he is at his absolute best, but I think Draper is pretty close to being at his best in this tournament. Interestingly, Cerundolo, in his match against Ruud, actually did 28 winners and 27 unforced errors. So he actually did one more winner than he did unforced errors, so that was actually good numbers from Cerundolo. But the problem is when he was making the unforced errors, he was making them on big points. Cerundolo was extremely unclutch in this match, and that's why he lost in straight sets. He had 18 break points in the match, and he converted only 3 of them. So you cannot expect to win when you convert only 3 out of 18 of your break points. And yeah, I will admit that Ruud was clutch on some of the break points, but he was not clutch on all of them. There were multiple break points where Cerundolo had an easy or a makeable shot, and he just missed it. And that happened on deuce points as well as break points. And deuce points obviously are also huge points. So even though Cerundolo still did more winners than unforced errors, the problem was when these unforced errors were coming and the fact that he was not taking his chances when he needed to. I believe that Draper will win this final in 3 sets for the reasons that I have said. Ruud, while he has not dropped a single set in the tournament, he has not been at his peak, but Draper has been pretty much at his peak, and that is why I believe that he will be the champion. But Ruud is a very solid clay court player, so he can definitely still take a set from Draper. But I will not be surprised if Draper wins this in straight sets, but the official prediction that I will make is that Jack Draper will defeat Casper Ruud in this final in Madrid in 3 sets, and he will be the champion of the 2025 Mutua Madrid Masters, winning his 2nd Masters title of the year, which is a great achievement if he does win tomorrow, which I am predicting that he will do. Oh, but let me add this one thing before signing off. Due to Draper's recent results, the fact that he has been one of the best players this year, is now a top 5 player, has already won a Masters title, and has a great chance to win a 2nd Masters title of the year. As is the case with many tennis players, tennis fans have begun to hype him and proclaim that he will be challenging Sinner and Alcaraz for Grand Slams, perhaps in the near future. Do I agree with this assessment? No, I do not. I do not think that Jack Draper will win a Grand Slam. This may be a controversial opinion given that everybody is now hyping him, but he has not demonstrated the necessary fitness, in my opinion, for him to win Grand Slams. Until he does that, until he plays a Grand Slam where he doesn't retire or throw up on the court, then I will not say that he will win a Grand Slam. In the Australian Open, yeah, he reached the fourth round and lost to Alcaraz. That is not a bad result. But he retired because he could not keep going after playing his first 3 matches in 5 sets. And people say, oh, well, that's not a problem. He can just win every match in straight sets. Well, we saw at the US Open 2024, which was the last Grand Slam before the last Grand Slam, that he actually won all of his matches in straight sets going into the semifinals. Where he faced Jannik Sinner, and I was actually at that match watching it in person. And what did he do at that match after having won all of his previous matches in straight sets? He threw up on the court. So this shows that even when he wins all of his matches in straight sets, that does not necessarily mean that he still has enough stamina to win the event. He still threw up on the court. So until he demonstrates that he has the sufficient stamina to win 7 best-of-5 set matches in a row, I will not say that he can win Grand Slams. But if he does win Grand Slams, it will definitely not be at the French Open, or most likely it will not be at the French Open, but definitely not this year's French Open, because people are seeing that he is doing well in Madrid, and Madrid is on clay, so people are like, oh, French Open contender right here. Guys, Madrid clay, it ain't really clay. Like, yeah, it's clay, but it's different from the majority of the clay courts that we have on the tour. So you can't really say that someone who wins Madrid is necessarily a contender to win the French Open. I mean, let's look at who won it in the past. Sometimes it is, but that's just because it happens that they're a very talented player all around, not because Madrid results show that they're good on clay. On most clay courts. Last year's Madrid final was Rublev versus Auger-Aliassime. Will Rublev or Auger-Aliassime win the French Open? No, of course not. Before that, it was Alcaraz, and yes, he won the French Open, but that is because he is Alcaraz. We did not determine that he would win the French Open because he won Madrid. We determined that he would win the French Open because he is freaking Carlos Alcaraz. Who did he face in the final? He faced Struff. Will Struff win the French Open? No, of course not. He will never win any Grand Slam. The dude he can barely win a match these days. Before that, Alcaraz and Zverev. Will Zverev win the French Open? No. Zverev will never win a slam, as we all know. Before that, Zverev versus Berrettini. Will Berrettini win the French Open? No. Big servers and these players who are actually better or good on fast courts can be successful in Madrid. But that does not mean that they will win the French Open. And I do not believe Jack Draper will ever win a Grand Slam. That may be a bit of a bold prediction, but in my opinion, he don't look like he got that dog in him. And many people are disagreeing, but I'm entitled to my opinion. If he shows better Grand Slam results in the future, yes, he has reached a semifinal, but if he shows reaching a semifinal where he doesn't throw up on the court, then maybe I will say, okay, maybe this guy can win a Grand Slam. But as of right now, do I predict that he will win a Grand Slam in the near future? No. Technically, or at all. I'm saying that will never happen. But I can change my mind. Obviously, people can change their minds. This is a big thing that people think that people are not allowed to do. Also in politics as well. It's like as soon as you change your stance on anything, people are like, oh, you're a flip-flopper. You're wishy-washy. No. I mean, people are allowed to change their minds on things. When new data presents itself, people can change their minds. Okay? That's how the world works. So if Draper presents a result such as a Grand Slam final or a Grand Slam semifinal where he doesn't throw up on the court, then maybe I can reassess my prediction that he will never win a Grand Slam title. But as of now, I am predicting that he will never win a Grand Slam title. But let's talk about another player who just got hyped pretty recently. It was like a few months ago now, but it was this year. It was not really that long ago. Tsitsipas, when he won in Dubai. People said, now Tsitsipas can win the French Open. He is ready now to win Grand Slams. Does he look ready now to win Grand Slams as the world number 18 or whatever it is, his lowest ranking in years, who now he cannot even beat Lorenzo Musetti? Does he look ready to win a Grand Slam now? No! So that is why you do not just hype every player after one tournament win. And I remember people were clowning on me just because I said that you cannot conclude that Tsitsipas will now win a Grand Slam. Look at the dude now. He has flopped to Lorenzo Musetti in both of these clay Masters tournaments, and he will most likely flop at the French Open. But even if he does not, even if he reaches the second week, he will not win it. He will never win it. He will never win a single Grand Slam. Mark my words. Anyway, Jack Draper will defeat Casper Ruud in 3 sets in the final of Madrid tomorrow, and he will be the champion of the 2025 Mutua Madrid Open.